Good morning, team. How's it going? I'm Corey, and we're back again for some Battlesnake Sunday on this fine Sunday morning. So today we're going to play some Battlesnake. Battlesnake is this online multiplayer programming game. So it's like the classic snake game where there's these snakes on the board trying to stay alive the longest and eat food. But how it works is you make a web server that controls one of these snakes and gets to decide if they want to move up, down, left, or right each turn. And you want to be the last snake alive. So each turn you get the full game state of where all the snakes are and where the food is. And you just have to decide which direction to move and trying to stay alive the longest. And so we're going to be doing some Battlesnake today. I've been playing Battlesnake here for almost 2 years now. And I love it. It's a fun way to do different types of programming, learn some new things, and try some stuff out. So today we are going to be messing around with one of my snakes, improbable Irene, probably. Irene is a Monte Carlo tree search snake, which is a specific algorithm that's used in these type of games. And we're gonna do some debugging and see if we can make Irene a bit more competitive today. I've been working on Irene for a bit, and we were working on her last week, adding some error tracking and stuff. And I think that's probably where we're gonna start today. We will probably dive into the Sentry errors. We have a few for Irene to take a look at. And we will go from there and get started debugging. So yeah, let's take a look at some games. These have some rounds. This one seems like it was a bad round recently. Let's take a look at the history here and some of my scores. Win rate since last week is climbing. So that's good. We made some good improvements last week, it seems like, but the win rate's still pretty bad. The ranking's really interesting. I went from 20th place to 8th place and then back. So like that's kind of interesting. Very, very fluctuating here in the Royale here. Okay, let's watch a few games just to see what we see. I think when we were in 8th place that we're gonna be against some strong snakes, and that might be our problem. So Irene's going to be this purple one in the left corner, and we'll just see how Irene's doing. We'll be on the lookout for any timeouts or errors, just as a good thing to be aware of, and besides that, we'll just see how Irene gets eliminated here. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay, so Irene could probably follow the bamboozle snake's tail here. Irene's definitely shortest, so space heater. Oh, see, and this is one of those things where, yeah, I guess it's pretty over here, but I would definitely have expected Irene to go right, because it's at least a few turns away. Space heater can definitely still, like, force the kill here, but it's not as for sure, so it's interesting that Irene's going for the immediate loss case there. Because that doesn't seem right. So that's probably something we'll want to look into, seeing why Irene's taking these immediate losses when it seems like they can keep chilling for a while longer. But I didn't see any errors in this game, which is nice. Yeah. And we're about 410, so our latency is definitely looking good. We could probably make it so we take a little bit more time. We have 500 milliseconds, and we're only using about 410 of them at the moment, which is like, you know, relatively light. You know, we're losing 80 milliseconds there, something like that. Wouldn't want to use all of those, but can definitely get some extra time. I'm not sure that's actually going to make Irene super competitive, though, so maybe we will leave that off for now. Oh, man. Another one of these where it's just like, really should have gone... Oh, well, here you should have gone left, because there's no way that you could die here. That was a 50-50, and then you didn't take the obvious one. Yeah, so what are you doing here, Irene? These ones are interesting. Like this one, you should definitely go down here. This is gonna be one where it's gonna pass locally every time, isn't it? Okay, well, let's get set up here. I don't think I was set up when I started here, so sorry. We're seeing other projects. Let me move around here a bit. Awesome. Okay, back to Irene. That was easy. Huh, Copilot's not working. That's fine. We'll turn it off for stream anyways. Okay, so we're in Irene, except for the fact that I want to close everything to give me a nice start, but we're in Irene. And let's go down to the bottom. We're actually gonna open a console here so that I can hop to my snake stuff. And then the one thing that we need to do here is I was hoping I just had one of these fixtures. I do. What turn are we on here? 54? What I can do here is if I just input the game ID and stuff to my nice little CLI here, it'll grab this turn and actually take the JSON for it and put it just in a specifically named file for me so that I can use it to write some test cases. Awesome. So the file name is gonna be something like that without the double slash, and it's not 135, it was turn 54. Substitute that for an underscore. Oh no. Same thing globally. There we go. Okay. And then my moves that I want to go. Is this a rapid game? I think so. But I think on turn 54 I should go down. Move down. Oh, it actually failed. Look at that. Oh, this is wrapped. It's not wrapped, I guess. Yep. Gosh darn it. Okay, so let's see. We got we're printing too much out in this one. I don't want to print out anything with the children. Let's try that one again. So there's only two moves that we looked at, down and right, and visits. We definitely visited right more. It's so surprising that down is giving me just as bad of a score. My move right is not in the allowed set. Yep, because that is a better score than that, but like it shouldn't be. Because like 50% of these moves end in death and 0% of these moves end in death. Like you should just be able to keep tail chasing, Irene, and get away from this. Like there shouldn't be any reason to choose that. So one thing that I think I talked about before that I think I might want is like I want to be able to visualize all the paths that Irene was trying to take here. So like we looked at 440 paths for down. I kind of want a way to visualize all of those, and like that is a big ask for sure. One, both just storing those paths, like that'll make my Monte Carlo way slower, but you know, that's fine. And then like visually rendering those also is going to be an adventure. So, this is one, and like if I keep running this, will I eventually get it to pass? Because that would be interesting, and that's what we've seen with some of the tests from last time. Yeah, it's just non-deterministic. And I don't really think it's just my milliseconds, because I think I could just change this, right? Like, oh, it's the timeout that's in the game. Oh, nice. That's funny. But what I can just do here is I can just do let max duration from seconds and do like 5. So if we run game for 5 seconds. Oh, come on. Oh, as millis. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. I just wasn't reading well. I assumed max duration was an actual duration object. That's millis. So I'm gonna make this work with the other way, where I can do max duration equals max duration. Try into dot unwrap. Basically just moving this down here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh wow, that's interesting. The const doesn't even need to like come at the beginning. It can go anywhere. Oh wait, no, we're padding latency. Oh. Wait. I've been running these a lot faster than I meant to, which is interesting, like fine, but just interesting, right? Hey Brad, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. We are just messing with Irene and trying to figure out my Monte Carlo and see if we can you know, make it just a hair better today. I need to figure out where these warnings are coming from. There we go. So what we're currently messing with is trying to figure out why this test passes sometimes and not others, which is super frustrating. So now I'm running this for a lot longer, and we're gonna see if that's making a difference. If it's just the processing time for Monte Carlo, that's gonna be mildly annoying because I'm not sure. Yeah, see, but it's not though. Sometimes and this time we think it's a lot better. Like the score for right here is like pretty decent compared to this score for down. It's a really bad score for down. But it doesn't always do that. It does seem like there's some interesting stuff going on. So let's take a look at the what is it? The UCB. Okay, so this is just the comment here is just about when we get to multi-threading, but we're not multi-threaded. So we're gonna pick the highest UCB1 score. So we have a constant. I don't really know what that is. Gonna effect. Take the number of visits. We take the total score as the total score divided by the number of visits. The total number of iterations. We natural log the total number of iterations, and we say the right side is the constant times the natural log of the number of iterations divided by the number of visits. We square root that. And we add the average score on right hand side. Okay, like UCB1. Like this is the right algorithm. I'm pretty positive this is not wrong, but I'm also not positive if I want UCB1. Just cause yeah, this is what we're looking at. This is the UCB1. Wonder what is a tunable bias parameter. So let's think about that, right? So if I bias it, so this is average score. So this is exploitation versus exploration. So if I want it to explore more, I can give C a higher score. So what if we give C like 4? Failed on the first one. Passed, failed. So yeah, might have helped a little bit, but doesn't seem like it's gonna solve the problem, which doesn't surprise me, right? If just changing that constant was enough to fix it, that would be interesting. Wait, I have UCB score and UCB1 normal. UCB1 normal score, and I'm actually not using UCB1 score. We could rework this running code to do this eagerly so that we don't waste time on doing the rest of the math if we find a branch that matches this. I think I'm doing that. Like, I'm not doing the rest of the math. I'm just returning infinity right away. The number of visits is less than or equal to 8. Oh, wait, no. 8 times the... If the number of visits is less than or equal to 8 times the total number... Wait, UCB... Okay, what's the... What? Just working on a blog post to announce all of 2023, so I'm now interested in giving feedback. Oh yeah, I would definitely check out a blog post before it goes live, Brad. That would be fun. Excited to see what's happening in 2023. I like it. I just want to be given the freaking... There we go. That'll work. Kind of. No, it's too much. I just want the UCB1 normal algorithm. UCB1 algorithm, beta 2, normal. The term normal in the name of our algorithm refers to the normal distribution. The UCB1 normal is designed for rewards from normal distributions. Oh, I forgot about this. I was reading stuff about this at some point, and like I wasn't positive which UCB value I wanted. Awesome. Yeah, I will keep my eye on Discord then for that. That's exciting though. It's always fun to get sneak peeks. Okay, so this is just UCB1. This is the standard one. This is not what we're using. Variations, I guess, and then like pseudocode or something. Hey, Jonathan Arns. How's it going? Long time no chat. We've both been busy, it seems like, and missing each other a bit on these streams and chats. But good to have you here. Okay, so this is what I'm actually doing. This is pretty close to what I'm doing right now, but like I guess I'm just gonna need to read more. This is probably not a super duper stream activity, but I'm not positive that UCB normal is one, either working the best for me or is the best decision for my snake, but I kind of think that's not what's making Irene make silly decisions. I definitely think that there is like more of a buggy thing going on here. But I think I actually want to switch gears just a little bit because these ones are the ones that have been frustrating me, and I think I need some tools to help visualize what's going on in my Monte Carlo a bit more. So let's switch gears just a tiny bit, and we're going to take a look at some of the sentries. So last week on stream, we got Sentry hooked up to report panics and things like that from our snakes. So let's take a look and see what's going on. So one of the ones that's been happening basically all week since we released it, and I believe, yeah, it has to be just Irene because it's in the make move here of Irene. And we're getting this, the root should have a child panic message, which let's actually, well, first let's add a fixture that sometimes works. Ugh. Another one of these, which is like not my favorite, but we have the fixture, so we might as well save it. But then let's find this panic. The root should have a child. So this message, oh, is actually coming from quite a few places. I didn't realize that. Okay, but it's always picking the best child. So we're going from a root node all the time, and we're saying that we want to get the highest average scoring child, which returns an option, and then we're blowing up because we actually don't get a node out of it, right? So like the root should have a child, but we're saying it doesn't. Is the problem here that we just don't run this very often. Oh, I'm in graph move right now, which probably isn't where it's being called. I think it's in the make move. Make move. So this is the one that's probably being called right now. That's the fixture. That's the other fixture. Yeah, so this is the one that's actually being called in make move. I'm not really sure. Like, this is the thing that's a little annoying. I really wanted to have an improbable Irene make move, like in the traces here. But maybe we'll look at that eventually later. It's weird to me that this isn't adding the traces. Like, I thought that was supposed to be what this trace view was supposed to show me up here. But anyways, we are getting a panic here saying we don't have a child, but do we have like a game ID or anything here? Because if not, that's also something we're probably gonna want to add, is getting a game ID in here so that with this panic we could actually find the game that triggered it and investigate it more. Because it doesn't look like we have that here. We have some... Oh! We have some trace details. Oh, that's interesting. It actually does know the trace ID and trace span and an operation name. Here's some grouping information. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. So it doesn't really seem like we have more information about like the web request that triggered this or anything. So I think we do want to get that. So I think the two ways to do that are either to figure out how to make this tracing integration work better, because we already I think that's what I would like to do, because we already have tracing things set up. Like if we go to ui.honeycomb, yeah, Battlesnake. And I think it's in this one. And like we can see the requests, right? And if we look at any requests here, let's do some zoom. Let's pick one of these. Yeah. So what we can see, oh, well, that's actually interesting. That's not what I was looking to see, but that one's interesting. But regardless, what we can see is that we can see, like, we know the make move takes 400 milliseconds, and then under that we have the Monte Carlo tree search, and these have like game IDs and things in them. Like here we should, oh, it's in Monte Carlo tree search that we have game ID and stuff, but game ID and turn ID I believe are in here as well. And these would be kind of things that would be awesome to see in Sentry. So it would be really cool if we could figure out how to get this trace view working like this. With the trace view, you can view into details of the trace. Yep. Entry points to it. That's fine. So we could have SDK sampling on. That's possible. We didn't really look at that specifically. So let's take a look at the config we have for Sentry at the moment. Okay, so here's what we have in the main Axum crate that we're running. So at the top here we have a Sentry guard, or we sometimes do. If we have the Sentry DSN enabled, which we definitely do because we're doing Sentry things. And Sentry client options, I do know that this is where the SDK sampling is happening. We recommend sending us all your transaction data. Thanks for that. So how do I set it to 100%? Set trace sample rate. So is that just like here? Trace sample rate. Set it to 1. I want all of them. I'm not sure what this would have been as the default. Can I ask it? And by ask it, I mean, can I just find it in the docs? Yeah, traces. Oh, traces sample rate is 0.0. There we go. That's my issue. So we weren't sending any traces because we just had that set to none. Okay. But that then means that we should be able to set it to 1.0. Send trace data to Sentry for real this time, I hope. And we'll see what happens here. So that was, I should have checked that default last week. I kind of just assumed that the traces sample rate defaulted to not 0. I thought it would at least be something saner, but okay, another thing that I would like to maybe do is get this release name thing right. This is just gonna pick the release name from the cargo thing, I believe. Use the information supplied by cargo to calculate a release. And that's like fine, but I think I want it to have like the git commit as the release instead of the version number that I'm not bumping. So that might be something we will work on in a minute because that sounds like a thing to have sometime soon. So let's hop over to Circle. Oh man, I need to rotate all of my secrets for Circle personally. I forgot about that. That will be a this afternoon project. If you didn't know, Circle CI, if you didn't know and use Circle CI, earlier this week, they had a security alert where there was some unauthorized access and we needed to rotate all the secrets. I actually haven't read the updates here. Our projects address the following reasons. They rotated all the OAuth tokens. They rotated them. Okay, so this doesn't really tell me anything. This is just telling me that I need to rotate everything. Okay, well, I still need to do that later. We're still just gonna let this deploy run at the moment, but definitely forgot to do this for personal stuff. I dealt with this for work stuff this week, but forgot to rotate all my creds for personal Circle CI stuff. So that'll be an afternoon exercise. I don't think I have too many secrets in here, but we do have a few. Like this knows how to talk to the digital ocean box over Tailscale and things like that. So there definitely are some secrets and some keys to rotate. And you know, if I was really like paranoid about my infra, I would maybe, disable the Tailscale token that can actually be used to talk to my infra, maybe for the moment and stuff like that. But I'm not overly worried about it. Uh-oh. Oh, because I didn't tell this test to not run. So this is actually not the case of the comment. 50-50. 50-50 pass fail rate, it seems. Yep, that'll work. Ignore this test for now. Don't love adding these ignored tests, but I don't want to have them stop me from making progress on other things, and it's nice to have the fixture data if for when I want it eventually, even if we're not using it at the moment. Okay, let's see. I'm excited for this because I do really think that having the trace data in Sentry is going to help me debug things a lot better. I think it should then give me the game and turn ID kind of automatically and stuff like that. So excited to see how that works out. And I think seeing the traces will help me debug things a lot better. I really do love trace views. And distributed tracing is kind of my favorite way to debug things nowadays. So will be good to see that in relation to errors, I think. How's everyone else doing on this Sunday morning? Anyone else working on any exciting snake stuff? Hopefully my tests pass this time. Probably should have just run them locally just to see what was going on, but I don't think I did. I think we'll be good now that I commented out that one test. Oh, uh-oh. I say that and then it doesn't happen. Wait, is this the one I just added? No, this is one from last time that I said it failed in a game but passes every time, and then it didn't pass every time. Oh, super interesting. Test fixture is also where I was... Oh no, I didn't. I ended up bringing it back. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's just annoying. Like, if I run it again, is it gonna work? Basically, like, do I need to just ignore this so that I can actually get a deploy out? Seems like it. But what did I change here? I didn't really change anything. So why is this now starting to fail? Jonathan says, I am slowly progressing on a neural network-based evaluation function, similar to what Stockfish does. Oh, that's fun. How's the neural net stuff? I think that's new for you, it sounds like, right, Jonathan? From Discord? Not something you're super familiar with? That would be very new for me as well, so would be a fun thing to do. Is that you think to like combine with Shapeshifter, or would this be like a new snake / new idea? Okay, just ignore the test. That's not working well, seems to be the answer to keep going. Ignore this test too. Not sure if it'll pan out though. Yes, it's super new to me. Yeah, that's always fun. That's what I love about Battlesnake, is trying out all the fun new things. Yeah, for Shapeshifter. That's fun. Yeah. I would really like to get to a point where Irene could be more competitive and either be and then Hobbs and Irene can be like kind of mashed together into Mega Snake is the goal. But first gotta figure out why Irene is just really not having it. Test again. Yeah, we just failed the test again. Okay, so hopefully ignoring that test is a good idea here. This is the unfortunate thing about when I set up CI and CD, is then I actually have to wait for them to run to deploy my code for me. But it's much better this way than the opposite, where I am completely disorganized and forget how to forget where I've shipped code from and which branches I'm using. So I will take this any day of the week. So let's actually, while this deploys, let's circle CI envars. I want to see which environment variables they give me, because I think one of them is like the git commit. And then, yeah, I can then use this SHA-1 if the SHA-1's available. I'll probably use that as the release name, in that macro and stuff like that, but that's getting ahead of myself just a touch. Jonathan says, with the amount of snakes you've built, you could make a mega snake where they all take turns making turns, or maybe collaborate in some other way. Ooh, that's fun. I like making a take turns snake just for the fun of it, right? Just like have different snakes go on different turn mod counts or something. That would be fun. I like that. That's a really fun idea. More seriously though, that's kind of the idea for like the collaboration thing, right? Is I really think there's some collaboration that can be made between a Monte Carlo snake and a min-max snake, and like I don't really know yet, like when their scores are too close together using the other. I don't know. I haven't explored it yet. I think I need to get my Monte Carlo more functional before playing around with that, just to not go off in the wrong direction first. But I think there's something there, or I want there to be something there, I guess, is maybe the better way to phrase it. But that's definitely what I want to explore. I want to try shoving some of these algorithms together and seeing if they can you know, influence each other in interesting ways. So I think so. I think that'll be fun. But I really want to figure out, like, I feel like I'm pretty close on this Monte Carlo, but I'm not really positive about that. I could be farther off than I think. But tests passed here, deploy passed here. Okay, let's run some games, see if we can trigger some panics. Let's throw Hobbs and Irene in a Rap Royale medium game. Go. So one thing is a little bit, the one slightly unfortunate thing is that there's also, I don't really know how to trigger this panic. So we're just gonna run some games and hope we trigger it. There's also a chance we're just gonna have to wait for Battlegrounds to run overnight and get some triggered that way. The really easy way for this to panic is if it just like can't loop, right? Like if it doesn't get through even simulating like one game or something, right? And it just doesn't expand the board at all. That doesn't make sense because it really should have time in 400 milliseconds to look at least a single move once. But that's kind of what the panic is telling me. This one, the root should have a child. This panic is basically telling me we looked at a root node in the tree and it didn't have any nodes underneath it, which if it's the root means we didn't like even expand it once, which is like not supposed to happen, which is why we're panicking at the moment. I never expected this panic to get hit. So we're gonna have to see what's going on that's causing us to hit that panic. And I'm hoping if we can see one happen live, we can use some of the tracing debugs to trace it back a bit. Maybe Monte Carlo could provide a small score bonus or penalty for moves at the root node. Yeah, something like that, right? Where like, I've definitely had cases where Hobbs will get into situations where he'll make moves that like Hobbs will like think the game's over or something by min-maxing and make moves that like are assuming a loss and not kind of giving up at the end. And hoping Monte Carlo could help some of those situations, but those are like pretty edge casey, so maybe not the thing to focus on. But, and I haven't looked at this a lot, but I do think I want to like look at like the difference in my scores, like if all of the min-maxes are like close together scores or something, maybe that's interesting. Same with Monte Carlos, like if they don't have much confidence in the scores being better or something, I think is potentially interesting. But again, I really am kind of just guessing here, trying to see if I can understand what's going on. Okay, well this is a different panic, but it panicked just now, so let's take a look. Okay, it didn't tell me anything about not having traces this time. Like I don't have that banner, but I also don't have any information here. Oh, trace for this can't be found. Now it says that. Okay. Making sure my iPad is still working here. Yeah, we're good. Okay. But again, it still says it doesn't have trace data. We got a little more information here. Like now we have the breadcrumbs from traces a little bit. Oh, and this one has some trace details where it like has the HTTP server. Okay, this feels like it's doing much better than before, but again, it still doesn't actually tell me things like, I was hoping we got a URL here so that I could, oh, there we go, URL. Okay, so this was a move to Hobbs. This one, I wonder if this is the, so there's a bug that we were talking about in Discord recently where it seems like after you win a game, you might get a move still. You get sent one move after the end of your turn. And I think that might be where this one's coming from in Hobbs. He got sent one game at the end after he already won and didn't know how to handle that. So I think that's what this is. This is really the one I want to see again. I still feel like there should be traces here, but that one is wrapped in less tracy things, so I'm less confident about it. So I think I really need to see this one trigger again. The root should have a child. So let's run another game. It's very unfortunate / annoying to be like wanting my things to error, just because now that I want it to happen, it's not going to happen at all. But when I didn't want it to happen, it felt like we were getting errors left and right. So So Irene's doing really good, responding in like 30 or 40 milliseconds under Hobbs, so probably has 30 or 40 milliseconds that I could like give Irene for processing time. But again, I don't think 30 or 40 milliseconds here, that's like under 10% of the processing time we have, so probably not going to be a huge difference. Just about scoring functions in general, I think I've always gone not food heavy enough. This one's just like, I don't understand these ones. Like, why are you diving right for heads, Irene? You've been doing this for a while now. Is there like a bug in my head-to-head evaluations or something where like you think that's a win? Like, that would be silly, but also like, how in the world is this? Are you like continuing to do this, Irene? But again, no panics there, because of course not. Actually, one more. This is from getting another one afterwards. Yeah, so that's definitely what this panic is. Called Unwrap on None. This is definitely the we get another one. We get another game after the end thing, I'm pretty sure. But it also doesn't really tell me, like, it's interesting here, this doesn't even really have a hovering Hobbs move. Okay, so let's just, okay, I'm doing too many things. I want to just trace this back and see where this could be blowing up and see why it might not have tracing wrapped around it. So this is snake move, so this is going to route move. No tracing here. Spawn blocking with tracing though. This does. Spawn blocking, and then we do in scope for the current one. We call make move. Okay, yep. We're make move. Go to implementations for min-max snake. Yep, right here. Yeah, okay, so then this calls choose move, which is on the min-max snake. None of these things are traced. Got it. Choose move inner. Eventually this calls deepened min-max. But actually I feel like we should get to here. Yeah, because like this is, we should have gotten down to here. We should have been able to call choose move inner. Choose move inner should have set up a trace with deepened min-max with all of my information in it. So like, again, what happened here? And another thing that's interesting is like, can I find this trace ID in Honeycomb? Because that would be interesting. I kind of don't think so. Because one thing about this one is that probably never got sent because we panicked. So maybe one thing that we need to do is remove some of the panics and make them like bubbly uppy errors that don't panic and can still send trace information. Like, that doesn't sound crazy to me at all. So maybe that's not a bad idea, because I do think the panics aren't good. Let's work on that. Let's work on getting rid of the panics by bubbling up some of these errors. So let's go with like Irene. Actually, no, let's go back to Axum. Yeah, where's our routing? So actually, I forgot. Hobbs has a special move function. It's here. It's not the same move function we were doing before. So this is probably where the thing was happening. Like, this is where we definitely could have had an unwrap that we didn't want. Like a wait unwrap. Yeah, lots of unwraps here. Okay, yeah, so that's fine and dandy. I just want to look at the routes. And so Irene doesn't have a special route for move and is just using the standard snake one. So this is implementing into response, which makes sense. Output is a move output. Okay. So let's do, so this is returning a JSON of move output. So can I make this return a result of something that impulse into response? So then I can just wrap this in an OK. Oh, cool, because this impulse into response. Awesome. Okay, so then I think I don't have like any error handling crates here, right? Like I'm not using air. Yeah, okay, awesome. Let's get that added. CD web axum, cargo add color eye, yeah. Okay, something like this goes in the main file. And then when we are returning a result, this is a result of, like, I actually don't remember what they call these things. That's okay. Results. Oh, I forgot. This actually comes from, like, from the actual library here. I could just do this. Yeah, let's just do that. Color result. Oh, it's actually like context or something, I think is the error here. And then this though is gonna be mad because it's like that doesn't implement the right thing. What this is really though, this is what I really wanted to do. Color array result. Yes. Oh, okay, cool. Oh wait, it doesn't? That's amazing. That's the first thing that we're gonna want to make this do is return a result of, okay, use color eye result. Okay, so now we are gonna be able to return results better from things. That just needs an okay at the end now. That just doesn't do that yet. Okay, awesome. So any unwrap here should now just be a like a thingy, question mark, just so we can throw it up. Any more? So these are still going to panic at this level because nothing's going to handle them, but at least we will get like a little better error messages, I think. Okay, and then the big thing though is like array axum. Oops. Yeah, this is what I'm. Oh, it's been yanked. Oh no. This version has been yanked, or all of it has been yanked? It's all been yanked. Wonder why. Do. repository. Like what's, yeah, okay. Let's just check out their feature list. I'm wondering if they just actually support Axum a little more than I think they do. Cargo.toml features. Yeah, see, they don't have very many features or anything. That's interesting. I really thought this would just like kind of... Oh yeah, love reading faster than Lime articles about this. If yeah, okay, so nicer error handling. Yep. HTTP error. Okay, so he implements HTTP error. So he does an impl from for all kinds of things from a report. Interesting. Okay. So he says that we can make everything into an HTTP error from a response. Okay. Okay. So like, I think I could do that. Hey, how's it going, new chatter? Norman mid laner. I can try to explain functions and classes quick. I'm doing Rust, which doesn't have classes specifically at the moment, but we can try to chat about them. What language are you really like working in or comfortable with? But classes are, I like thinking of classes as like bags of data. So classes have some data and usually some properties, or some data might be called properties, but they also have like usually some functions attached or some actions. Yeah, so in Python you can have a class that like has some different properties. Maybe like you have a person class that has a name and an age, and maybe there's a function on that class, like say hey, that like says hi and then their person name or something. So functions are like behavior and classes are like bags of data that may or may not define bits of behavior. Not sure if that's an amazing explanation, but if there's something more specific you're curious about, feel free to ask a question. I'm happy to try to answer it. But I'm doing Rust, so a little bit different than Python at the moment, but still happy to chat with you. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do basically what Faster Than Lime did right there in his blog post. So I guess what I want to do is a struct with like HTTP error, and it wraps a, yeah, this is what I want. This will work. I think I can just have this wrap a context. It doesn't like that. It's a report, not a context. That's the problem there. Okay, so now I have this, so I can impl from a blah, 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 report for HTTP error. And we can tell it to just do this, and then this is just this is just self value, and that just works, right? As long as you know what this is. Oops. Import it from there. Why is self always a parameter in functions and classes? Ooh, that's a great question. So when you have a function on a class, that's trying to give that class some behavior, and the self reference is a reference to the instance of the class. So if you have a class for like people, and each person has like a name and an age, you could create a new person class and get an instance, like for me, right? So my instance might have name Corey set. And if you want to call a method on my instance, like say hi or say your name, you might need to reference the data that that instance knows about. So I need to reference my name that the instance knows about. And I can do that with the self parameter. So when you write a function on a class, you would need to take self if you want to access things on your instance. Hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, thanks Jonathan for helping out as well in chat. Okay, so then, but there's another thing I want to impl here. So I want to do impl into response for HTTP error. And like, I don't really think I want to do anything that fancy. Response builder dot status is 500 dot JSON, or body dot body is a JSON of I kind of want to just do like inline JSON. Saturday JSON. There's like a, doesn't it just have like a macro that I can use here? Constructing JSON values, JSON bang, yeah. Error. Things broke. Okay, this JSON doesn't know what it is. Import it from Saturday. Okay, there we go. Does it just need string things here to make this a JSON thing? Okay, so now we can just return this. Oh, this needs then like a build or a finalize method or something. Maybe I could just like call into on it or something. Oh, it's like probably into response. What do I do on this builder? There's like, it's just gotta be able to tell me what I can do on this. Okay, how do you use the builder? Body, oh, you just do body dot unwrap. I see. Okay, so why aren't you happy there? Expected struct response, found struct response. Okay. Something that, oops. Oh yeah, no, it definitely has to be a response, which is fair. I see. So response of JSON, like, can I do that? Yeah, but it needs to know what that is. Oh, thank you, Jonathan, for explaining there. I was not paying attention. And thank you so much for the follow there, Noman Midlander. That's what I'm gonna go with at the moment. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Okay, I though need to figure out how the break to tell it what type I want to return here. I need to tell it the type. Can I like found JSON? Yeah, okay, so I guess I just got to do this. I got to do JSON and then tell it it's a value. That makes sense because value is a thing that I know of. It's from Saturday. Okay, it's still wrong, but maybe we're getting closer. Oh, okay, cool. So now we're just at the error thing again, which I think I can solve. Expected struct found struct JSON. Change the output to match. Bound pointer. No, you should be happy about this time. Oh, incompatible type for trait. Oh. Okay. Man, I thought that might be it. I need to figure out how to convert. Wait, missing generics for struct. Oh. Okay, I can get that, but okay, let's go back to faster than limes post. Into response. So this just does it with like a tuple of status and message. That's interesting. Can I just do 500 comma that dot into? Tuples. HTTP result is a result of a response where response here is coming from Axum response. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Well. Expected struct unsyncs box body found JSON. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, this is an alias for HTTP response where it's a box body. Got it. Okay. Got it. Now it's gonna be mad at me that it can't take my from JSON is not implemented for box body. Okay, so then do you even talk about box body at all here? Oh, and it's also not into, is it though? It's into response. Okay, okay. Into response. Yep, okay. Okay, so I might be able to do status code something. Just like broken, like what's your generic 500? Service unavailable. Is that what I want? No, I don't want service unavailable necessarily. I just want internal server error. Okay. Now though, can you into response for me? Haha! There we go. Making progress. Okay, awesome. Oops. I'll remove the unused one. Remove the unused one. Okay, Awesome. So now the thing that I need to still do is get my handler to implement the right things. Okay, yep. So let's go down to my handler for this. It now needs to return a result of something that responds. Okay. I think I need to do basically what he does up there. So then we can do a type that's a JSON response equals a result of a of some JSON thing. Type with a T. No, it's that. Equals that. Cool. Yep. And then we can do impl into response or JSON response of T. Okay. Okay, so then we just match on self. If it's an okay thing, then you just do that into response. And then if it's an error, anything, you do e. I want it to be e for error. E dot into response. Except I really probably want it to be something like HTTP error from E dot into response. Oh, this is all confused about the type of brackets I have. Okay, there we go. What are you mad about here? Oh. Impl for a JSON response. Yeah. Only clicks to find a current info on outside. Oh, okay, so this needs to be an actual like wrapper around this. Wait, isn't that what you did here? You made this a pub type HTTP result, and then pub trait into HTTP, impulse into response. Into response. Oh, this is a trait into HTTP. Got it. I missed that. Okay. Okay, so then how do you use this with a thing though? Yeah, so it returns an HTTP result, which is just one of these. Yep. Yeah, okay, so then like why HTTP result? HTTP error. Okay, yeah, okay, so JSON response. It's a result with my error, which is what? What did I, HTTP error? That's important, because if it The result is not defined in the current crate. Yeah. But I don't actually know if I need this. But what I do think I need is I need to make this return a JSON response. JSON response of a move output. Cargo Clippy. Okay, so my main is don't want anyhow imported directly. That'll mess something up for sure. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Wait, that worked. I got it. Woohoo! Awesome. Okay, let's look at that diff. Close that. Okay. What have we done here? We added color eye, result and report. We added a JSON thing. We installed color eye. We did some unwrapping differently. Okay, here's where things are different. We have an HTTP error which contains a color eye result. We can, from a report, make an HTTP error, and we implement into response for HTTP error. And then we have a type JSON response that's a result of our thing an HTTP error. Cool. I think this could just be generic JSON response. Doesn't need to be that. Yeah, let's clean this up. I'm going to basically do exactly what faster than Lime did, I think, in the end. Where this is really something more like HTTP response of a T, where this is just a T where T implements into response. So an HTTP response is a result of something in an HTTP error, where HTTP error responds to. Yeah, okay. Awesome. And there's no Clippy errors here. Oh, there is a Clippy error. I thought we were good. Expected struct found struct JSON. Okay, well that's fair. Well, I guess what I could do is I could take this and make an HTTP response for a T where T implements into response. And then type, yeah, never used, that's fine. A JSON response then, though, is just an HTTP response of JSON type. There we go. The clause will not be checked when the type alias is used and should be removed. Oh, okay, that's fine. It's silly, but whatever. Okay, looking good there. We got Clippy to be happy, but I actually don't even think that was really the goal. I think the goal was to make it so my methods could be fallible, so that I didn't have to unwrap things. So let's make a commit though. Let's branch, because we're doing some fun stuff. Create a new branch, CA main error handling. Cool. Let's do get axum error handling working. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So now that that's working okay, we want to go from our main to where we actually do moves. That's this one, route move. Awesome. If I don't do an expect here, output's now going to be a result. A result of a result, actually. So I think I just need to double do that to it. Does that not work when I have it with a type alias? Couldn't convert the thing to an HTTP error. From color report is implemented. Oh, cool. We would just need to implement it for like lots of other things. Required for result. Oh, so I have an HTTP error. Wait a sec. So I need to move output. I have a result of a result. Okay, so one of these is like a join error. Okay. I think that just means I need more intos. So like impl from like join error or HTTP error. And then we just do like a self of like report. Like I just want to like do a, and then can I just like add a string in here? Awesome. And then these errors are the ones that I think are mostly just gonna go to HTTP. Oh no, I'm gonna lose where this comes from. I think what I want to do is just value dot contact or like wrap error. Color array wrap error. I think it's wrap error. Wrap error, yeah. Wrap error not found for this. Does join error not implement error? Oh no, it might not implement error. Well then wait, is that the error that I was actually getting down here? I feel like it might not have been then. Of course I'm not actually, there we go. Is not implemented for this. That's not the right, that's not helpful. Okay. Oh, okay, so now there's only one. Now what's this one? Oh, wait. Anyhow error is not implemented for that. Okay, I can implement it for anyhow error. Impl from impl of t from t for HTTP error. where T. Let's wrap error. Wrap error takes has two things. Wrapping types that don't implement error. Instead of wrap error. Oh, interesting. Okay. Why? Okay, so like this could be a result. O E where O and E is not constrained by anything. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Too much work there. What I want to try to do is just... I don't want context, I think I want like... the report again. Anyhow, error. No, error is not what I want. Error impulse struct is an error of an error impulse. Oh, maybe that is what I want. Can't implement. No. Oh, no, I did that though. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Can't find macro. Thing. There's the macro. How do I use the macro? Okay. There we go. Okay, now I just don't know about this wrap error thing. That's fine, because I think what I can do is do this. Hey, okay, cargo. Okay, awesome. And so then does that finally mean that in here, yay, we're using question marks. Okay, so make move returns a result. Awesome. Okay, so let's go to our read. Make move returns a result. Awesome. Okay. Um. We didn't implement wrap air for option. Set our intents for users to use the combinator functions provided by Send for converting options to results. So where you would write this, I want to do okay or else. Okay. Okay or else this array this that. Use color array. Oh, okay, cool. Wait, so is this one using anyhow? Because that would be kind of hilarious if I'm using a different one here. That might be the case though. Cargo toggle. Yeah, you're using anyhow. Oh, CD Battlesnake RS. Cargo remove anyhow. Cargo add where I anyhow result do color I. Okay. Oh wow, that might have been really easy. Literally just flipping out one for the other. Wow. Love it when it's easy. Just wasn't expecting it to be easy. I even have a sneaking suspicion that I don't even need this anymore. Yeah, don't. Is anyone using anyhow anymore? Who's using anyhow? Oh. Oh, WebAxum's using it explicitly? Okay, there we go. Got anyhow removed from there. Okay, let's see if return results instead of unwrapping. Actually I want to see how many more places I can do that. Like, do I just have lots more unwraps that I can just get rid of? Well, that's in a comment and a thing. That's in a test. Also in a test. Comment. Did I have a commit? Because oops, I want to make sure I'm committed right now. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. The reason I wanted to do that is just because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't about to mess everything up. There's a none there. A none there. Cool. More unwraps. Where are some more unwraps to find? Simulate results next. Okay, or else I bang. There was no simulate result. Use color array. Oof, it's a long macro name. CD Battlesnake Minimax. Awesome. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, the only error I have is aborted early right now. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to work on my error handling in some of these cases then. Okay, I think I'm done with this. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, because I did do that. Okay, let's see if I can fix this. Expected. What do you return here? You return a move. Let's just unwrap you here. I made it one more method up before I decided just to do an unwrap. This can't convert. This just becomes an unwrap. It becomes, I mean, that's just what it always was. Unused import. Yep, that's fair. Okay. Nope. No field 0 on type option. Dot. Okay, or else this one wants an IRA thing. We couldn't find a move. Color it's air. I think is how I'm supposed to pronounce it. There we go. Awesome. Cargo Clippy. Okay. Pipe a few more errors through. Not all the way through, because I really need a big type on the outside that I own and can take everything. Right now I have a big type that color I owns, so I can't put it in, I can't implement traits on it and stuff, which is like moderately annoying, but it'll be fine. I just need a wrapping thing, which I have. It's called HTTP error. It just needs the from everything. So it's not too bad, really. Okay, let's take a look at this diff in the cloud. That one, error handling. Improve error handling. Create a draft. Let's take a look at it. It's actually not that many lines. It's pretty amazing how few lines it is. So we get rid of anyhow. It probably doesn't go away completely because some deps still use it. That makes sense. And then we just do things a little bit differently. So this expect is now going to be an error. The only thing that this one hopefully gets me is that it should do tracing better. If we don't panic and instead do an error here, I think that'll be a lot nicer. Cool, getting rid of the expect there makes that look nicer. Okay, let's try this out. I guess I should wait for tests. Tests, oh, that was linting. Tests are about to run. But I think this is pretty good. I'll make it ready for review. but not gonna do too much with it here. This error message is bad, but like, you know, hey, that's fine. At least we're gonna get some JSON instead of a panic. Actually, while this runs, let's go check in on this and see. Similar, but wrong spot. I wanted to check in on this. Ooh, the root should have a child 7 minutes ago. Look at that. This is still when it panics. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. We have traces. We've got traces. I love traces. They have information on them, like the game ID and the turn ID. Oh, hells yeah. That's awesome. This is really what I was looking for here, right? So I can go from an error. I can see that something led up to it. No services connected, right? But then it triggered this. Awesome. So I guess I didn't actually need to do all the error handling to get this trace information. But like, that's fine. I'm not upset about it. It's a little annoying that I have to go here. Like, I wish this breadcrumb data would take stuff from the trace. That would just be nifty, but whatever. And it's outside of the make move even, or it's outside of Monte Carlo. It's in make move that we panic. Which makes a lot of sense. Oh, and maybe if we had crashed in here, we would have seen this. Yeah. Wow. Okay, now this is pretty great. And yeah, then under that we have the Monte Carlo. Okay, awesome. So I can look up this game. So let's just download this and see if it has something to do with if it's a fixture related issue. I don't think it's gonna be. Cargo run, bin, Sherlock, fixture, game ID, turn 88, I think. Yep. You name improbable Irene. Awesome, Irene. Oh, I was so close. Fix. Sure. There we go. Awesome. I'm kind of curious if this panics. Is it anything to do with the game, or is it just more of like a more random something? Just don't know. 198. Boop, boop. Perfect. And I don't even know which direction I want to go here, because I don't know if any of them are any good. We're looking for turn 198 here. Let's just watch this game, because we can. So this is a standard game. Oh, is this going to be the really boring panic? Is this going to be after the end of the game? Man, that would be less exciting. I guess I could just code in something about that to my snakes really quick. Or I could just let the Battlesnake team fix that one, but that's what's gonna happen here. Yeah. Like, I got sent this turn, and I shouldn't have. Is that it? Is that my panic? That seems like it's probably my panic, but it's not as exciting as I wanted it to be. But that's probably the panic. Because we just can't expand it if you're the only snake left on the board or something, probably. Oh, actually, that's even funner. What's the fixture look like? Yeah, it looks like exactly like I think it's going to. There's just one snake on the board. That's funny. Um, Panic Dad, the root should have children at line 1004. Yeah, that's funny. It didn't actually do much of anything different. Because like in Irene, like in Make Move, what do we need to return here? We need to return a move output. We don't actually need IDs here, but like let IDs equals self dot snake IDs. It's self dot something. Get snake IDs. Open if IDs dot count length size. We are the only snake left. Let's go up. Let's go right. Right is always right. Right? Isn't that what it is? Move output contains which things move and shout. String and an option of a string. Now let's see if that test at least... well actually I think I know what it's gonna do, right? It should do right because I taught it to. Didn't do that right, which is totally reasonable. I didn't. The root should have child. Oh, interesting. How did I still get to that? Oh, because does test fixture not call wherever I just put that thing? Oh yeah, so this doesn't, it can't be here, it's gotta be out here. But this then, okay, yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's fine. The unfortunate thing is that just my tests can't catch it because it's too far out. Because like this repeats make move basically. Okay, well. Anyways, this should fix the crash for that. And actually, I kind of want to do that exact same code block in my Monte Carlo stuff. It just feels right. And I think I said Monte Carlo, but I didn't mean that. Where's the freaking make move method of this? Source. Paranoid. eval probably. So there's a make move to method, which is probably not exactly what I'm looking for, but it's close. From function with options, new, choose move. Choose move. Okay, so this is probably the best place for it, where I do a move and a depth. Okay, well neither of those were what I wanted, but like we can do let IDs equals self.game.snake IDs, if IDs dot length equals 1, then we do an info bang log. We are the only snake left on the board. Let's go right. And we return a sum of move right 0. That should basically fix both of those crashes there. Cargo clippy just to make sure. Did I mess up something in return? I didn't even think I touched this file. I didn't mean to touch this file, I guess would be a better way to say that. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Cargo clippy's passing. Awesome. Tap, tac M. Snakes go right when they are the only snake on the board. This is just gonna fix those crashes. And then the last thing that I want to do is in main Axum, I want to get the version numbering right for Sentry. Okay, so let get commit equals standard m bavar circle SHA-1. This is then a result. Okay, and then that was, I had that from here, right? I think that's circle SHA-1. Yep, okay. Let release name is a cow of a string. That's fine. Sentry underscore release name bang. That should give me a like string or a cow of a string. Yep. Unwrap or something dot into or else dev let release name equals format bang of release name if let some git commit if we have a git commit, we format it like this. Else we just do release name dot toString This would be an okay, not a sum. I always get that backwards just because I want it to be a sum, not an okay. It makes sense, I just get it wrong every time. Release name. Okay, so if we have a git commit, we're going to tack it on to the end of the release name that we get from Sentry via cargo. Oh, yeah, I forgot this once, and yeah, because we unwrapped or dev, right? So there's always going to be some release name. Perfect. Cargo Clippy. Nice. Awesome. Make the release name dependent on the commit hash when built in CI. Okay, the cool thing about this now is if this is working right, which I think it should be, I should be able to use the like resolve in next release thing over in Sentry. So if I go over to Sentry and we go to my issues, this issue and this issue. Actually, all of these, I think. Actually, let's do this, right? This one and this one and this one are all the same thing. Merge. This one, this one, this one, and this one are also all the same thing. And both of these will be gone in the next release. In next release, yes. Okay, so now they should. Are they gone? Okay, so they are gone. And it should say, mark this issue as resolved in versions greater than that. Okay. Let's see if that works nicely. I think it should, though. Let's go back and find, there we go. Make the release name dependent. We're just waiting on tests, and then we can merge this in and get a new release out. And then Sentry now should know that if they come back, they're new errors, and like should mark them unresolved, and should do nice things for us over there. So I think we should be pretty good. Get some better error tracking than we had before, and we squashed the bugs. Thank you Discord and ChillFox for helping debug that turn at the end of the game thing. Came in a lot of handy today. Made me not have to debug what was going on there. Kind of knew what to look for. So thank you for that, Discord and ChillFox. We are almost done with this test, and then we're gonna wrap up here pretty soon, I think. We're just gonna get this deployed, get it pushed to Sentry, and I think that's gonna be it. I think from there we really should stop seeing these pings in Sentry, these panics, because we should just not run into them anymore. If we're the only snake left on the board, we're just gonna choose to go right, at least for most of my snakes. I don't think I did that for like all of them. But all of the min-max ones and Irene. So that is Hobbs, Devin, and Irene will all do the right thing. And I think those might be the only snakes that didn't do well at all solo. Like Amphibious Arthur can solo, and a lot of my other snakes can solo. So might just have been those ones that needed the fix anyways. Okay. This is probably the last thing we are going to do today, team. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me on my Sunday. We're going to let this deploy, though, and see it go out for sure. But I think after this, we're probably gonna wrap up here. We should actually maybe be able to see, like, some Yeah, see, we actually get some good information in performance monitoring through our traces now. So like this is actually stuff that I would kind of expect to see in Honeycomb, and I can see it over there, but we can also see it in Sentry, which is like not bad, right? It's pretty decent. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I'm actually impressed that I don't hate their distributed tracing product. I honestly kind of expected to. Ooh, that's a good UI with the details embedded in each one of those. Ooh, I like that. I'm actually happily surprised with how much I like their distributed trace viewer here. Yeah, this is pretty nice. I'm a fan. I like that we can pull it out and see the different like information that we've put in here. Yeah. Span self-time, interesting. Span self-time is all of it, interesting. Yeah. Cool. I'm actually a much bigger fan of this than I expected to be. Ah, I'm back. Yeah, okay. We are awesome. We built release, we're finishing tests, and we will get it deployed. And then we'll be good to go. Does this just like tell me when releases are gonna come out? Oh, it doesn't. I would need to do track deploys here. Okay. Oh, associating commits with releases. Oh. That's unfortunate. It's only for error modeling. Would be cool though to put that in here. Like it does make sense that it, so like that would be pretty cool. Oh. Cool, I should just turn on this. See, I don't really want to do this. But like I might want to mess with the repository settings here so that we could like see the Git stuff. That seems useful to me for sure. Integrations or something? Legacy integrations, okay. What about the non-legacy integrations? I'm just gonna click through all of these until I see something that looks more relevant to me. None of these do. Visit the organization's integrations page. Got it, okay. Configure, does this, aha, add a repository. Must grant access, yeah, okay. That's fine, I can do that. Gotta go to my settings. Applications, Sentry. Select repositories, perfect. Battlesnake RS. Nice. Save. Go back to Sentry, which, awesome. Add a new repository. That time it knows what to do. Awesome. You don't have a Discord one, but you have a Slack one? That's unfortunate. It's fine though. Okay, cool. Now that we have this, Crossfit sessions, start setup, don't have that number of releases. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool though. It's hard for me to tell like what version's out or anything like that. Releases. Do I have releases here? Oh man, I was really hoping that this would get me a new release in this view. Okay, so still need to mess with this because I would like releases to work nicer. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I also don't know how to crash this now because I fixed the bugs that I had before. So I think we just let it be. We'll see if we get new version numbers when another error comes up next time. And I think that's about all we can do for the moment. That's great. We should have all of our panics fixed. Sentry should be quiet from here on out, I think, and we can keep iterating on Irene. So thank you everyone who tuned in, and thanks for hanging out. It was a nice Sunday, fun to get some error handling set up. I hadn't dealt with the Axum error handling too much with the traits and stuff, so that was fun to play around with. Thanks for joining me. Tune in next week for some more Battlesnake action, and I'm going to try to do some videos this week and get back into my Advent of Code video series if you want to check out my YouTube for that. So hope to see you around. Thanks for everyone for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye. Have a good week.